words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O Farad. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Welcome to Friendship Circle. It's November 8th, 2020. And what a time. What can I say? The words coming out of equality and peace and harmony and working together are like music to our ears. And yet the same trials still exist. And so we hand the challenge back into ourselves in this long history of humans on earth, where kingdoms have risen, Maitaji, and kingdoms have fallen, where there is gain and loss, light and darkness, life and death, fire, water, seasons. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. You know, it seems like I've been here before. I can't remember when, but I've got this funny feeling that we'll all be together again. There's no straight lines make up my life, and all my roads have bends. No clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead ends. All my life's a circle. Sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle that I can't tell you why. The season's spinning around again. The years keep rolling by. This is a time in our human calendar where we remember those who have come before us. Metaphorically or even physically, set a place at the table. To remember the people who are our family that are no longer here, our friends. And there's an opportunity in this crack where the light comes through, where we can get inspiration and messages from the other side. For all the spirits, souls, watching our shadow play upon the earth, wishing we just had ears to listen. So may we find time for stillness, to hear the wind, to see the stars, to appreciate what is so essentially good, and tune ourselves to that. My grandfather, Charles G. Oak, passed away in 2012, I believe, and I was going through some old mementos and found the program for his funeral and saw, oh, I read something at the funeral I hadn't recalled. And handily enough, I had the copy of what I read that day. And I thought, this is just a potent message. No matter what your background, religion, pitiful or political affiliations, whatever your strengths, weaknesses, it's just a great message to remember today. Are you ready, Taji? Taji is still feeling tender. It's been very quiet, and there's a peace that has settled over the land, and yet there's tenderness. But sometimes that tenderness is like soil that we till. We unearth the rocks. We add nourishment, and we plant for the future today, this moment. My dear Taji has a way of exemplifying this love. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 31 to chapter 13, verse 13. But strive for the greater gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of mortals and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I'm nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoings, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part. Then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love. The ultimate mystery and beauty and striving. Thank you, Taji, for your love. And thank you to all of you for the love that you give and you bring to the world. I have a song to share this morning with the guitar, and it's called Morning Has Broken, a song of creation, a song of hope, a song to help us remember our place in the universe. And sometimes we need the contrast. We need to see the dark and how things unfold, to know what it is that we really want and strive for, and take measures to create that which we strive for, that kingdom on earth. My people, all people, no more division. I think I have been here before. All right, my Taj. Morning Has Broken. The music is a traditional Scottish Gaelic tune, and the words are by E. Farjean. It's in G. If you capo it up 2 frets, it'll be a better singing key. So this is kind of low. Makes me think of my grandfather. He had a wonderful singing voice, and it'd be lovely to hear him sing today. Since he's not here, I'll do it. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise every morning. Oh, a spider. Sing, praise for them springing fresh from the word. A little inspiration today. I'm just going to let it flow out here. Speaking, Listening, Understanding the Art of Creating Conscious Conversation by Heinz Zimmerman. I'm just going to open it up and let whatever comes come. Here we go. The social effects of language are existential and direct. This becomes clear when we pay attention to the way in which we hear speech. If we listen to how wind blows through leaves on a tree, or hear a bell ringing, the sizzle of a grill, or the impact of a hammer blow, we can notice how hearing these sounds is fundamentally different from listening to human speech. Compared to human speech, these sounds are somehow external, lacking an inside. Language not only stimulates the process of hearing, but also initiates a movement beyond what is heard. We can see this movement in the larynx. When listening to someone speak, we quietly imitate their speech movements with our own larynx. Excuse me, let me clear my larynx. Occasionally when the speaker stutters, or his or her voice is hoarse, or is in some other way impaired, we become conscious of this fact. Listening then becomes torture because we ourselves experience the speaker's struggle to bring forth words. If a speaker is hoarse and has to constantly clear his or her throat, then the sound of throat clearing can soon be heard throughout the room. The sense-perceptible elements already mentioned are also very important when it comes to recognizing dialects. A foreign language that we do not know can convey a great deal to us, even when we do not understand its meaning, if we open ourselves to its sound. Experiments have shown that infants can distinguish between language and other acoustical impressions. Once we have discovered this aspect of language, which we otherwise know only from poetry, entirely new worlds open up for us. We realize that we are constantly being formed and influenced by our partner in conversation, entirely independently of the content of what's being spoken. You know, I prefer not to have throat clearing on my channel, particularly with all the COVID concerns going on these days. We always want to make sure that our voice is clean and clear. It's a foggy morning. It was a bit of a hike to get up here. You know, off the couch, it's not the easiest climb. And yet, there's a willingness within me to come up and experience soul food. Water, fire, birds. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Oh, the stories of our own lives and those we know, the stories of our culture, stories old and new. We love stories. We learn so much through them. This one popped out to me today. This was a book I had in my youth that had a variety of tales from different places and different times. And I'm going to simply open it up and see what we get. Really trusting. Okay. This is very, very long. I'm going to try going forward. How it snowed fur and rained fry cakes in Western Virginia. And here's the picture. See what we can learn today. One day, Tony heard that a school had been started over in the next valley. Never having been in a school, Tony was anxious to see what one looked like. Early one morning, he set out to walk the 20 miles to take a look. Tony found he liked school right well. He found that by stretching his legs a little more than usual, he could soon take some mighty big steps. Before he was through, he could take a step of almost 1/4 of a mile. Along with finding a few shortcuts, Tony was able to get to school in jig time. One day when he was moseying to school, he saw 2 big mountain lions. He called them painters, one on each side of the path. They'll be looking for trouble, and I don't want to be it, Tony thought. Then he had an idea. Sick 'em, he cried. Immediately, the 2 big cats flew at each other. As they tussled, they kept jumping higher and higher. Soon they were jumping as high as Tony's head. Sick 'em, Tony yelled again. This time, the 2 painters jumped as high as the trees and fought harder than ever. After school, Tony used the same path, keeping a sharp eye out for the painters. They were not to be seen, but as he drew near the place where he had seen them last, bits of fur began to float down from the sky. That's strange, thought Tony. Where can this be coming from? Tony looked all around and then saw a fleecy cloud from which the fur seemed to be coming. Why, those painters have jumped so high that they landed in the clouds, he cried. And that's exactly what happened, and that's the time it snowed fur in Western Virginia. Tony found that his trips to school resulted in many interesting experiences. One day, his granny, who was visiting them for a spell, made some fry cakes, or donuts as you would probably call them. She made so many that even the hardy eating beavers couldn't finish them all. Tony took along a sack to school for the teacher. Now on the way, Tony met Brer Rabbit, who had come to pay his Virginia cousins a visit. Tony was munching a donut, and this made Brer Rabbit very hungry, so he decided to get all of the fry cakes for himself. Hi, big boy, greeted Brer Rabbit. What have you got there? Fry cakes, Tony answered politely. Have one? Well, don't mind if I do. Say, I know some magic words that will make these fry cakes multiply, and then there will be lots for both of us. What are the words? Tony asked. First, you must put the fry cakes on that tree stump and then close your eyes. After that, I'll tell you the magic words. Tony did as directed, only he didn't close his eyes tight. When he saw Brer Rabbit reach for the cakes, Tony's toe reached for Brer Rabbit, and he kicked him sky high into the air. And that's the time it rained fry cakes for 3 days over all of Western Virginia. You see, even as a youngin', Tony Beaver was hard to beat. That is an interesting tale. Aladdin is next. Tony was a fighter, wasn't he? The world was a dangerous place. Then he turned the painters against themselves because he was afraid they would attack him. Then Grandma came, and there were so many fry cakes already, so many we couldn't even eat all of them. Brer Rabbit came along, and Tony kicked some serious butt. I don't know. I just can't help but wonder, Tony, where's the love? But sometimes we live in dangerous, scary places. And if indeed these characters were truly evil, then somehow Tony managed to win. What did Tony win? Fearlessness? Faith? I'm not here to moralize today. Just kind of wonder. Some stories we read feel beautiful or scary. And when I read that one, I was really hopeful that there would be something really cool and awesome that happened. And yeah, I mean, those are pretty awesome things that occurred. And yet it kind of left me feeling a little bit bummed out, like not as enriched inside. What do you think? It's so fun to win. Ugh. There have been some times in my life, not that many children, as Biden has lost to. He said in his day. It feels mighty powerful to win. But to win, you have to lose, right? Mine is the sunlight. Mine is the morning. Born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation. Praise every morning. God's recreation of the new day. It seems that no matter where we are, where we've come from, people love a sunset. They love to see nature's beauty. It inspires them to a higher place. And yet so many of us, myself included, live out of sync with the cycles of the seasons and of nature. We spend a lot of time connecting digitally and finding wonderful ways to communicate and learn, but also calibrating ourselves to a system that were we designed to be calibrated to. Certainly, if it's here, it has its light and its shadows to offer. So what are the ways that we can use the tools around us for the greatest good and not get lost again? When we're lost, may we be found. Well, I've done a lot of talking for today. I feel there's another song. Song. Let's see what we've got. What is right in front of me? Okay. And this was always a popular one. I don't know if it's... I think it fits, actually. It's about death. Rebirth. I remember the year that my granddaddy died. Gonna rise again. Dug his grave on the mountainside. Gonna rise again. Was too young to understand the way he felt about the land, but I could read his history in his hands. Gonna rise again. Gonna rise again. Corn in the crib and apples in the bin. Gonna rise again. Ham in the smokehouse, cotton in the gin. Gonna rise again. Corn in the barn and hogs in the lot. You know he never had a lot, but he worked like the devil for the little he got. Gonna rise again. Gonna rise again. There's apple trees on the mountainside. Gonna rise again. Planted the seeds just before he died. Gonna rise again. I wonder if we could get a little drum going in the background. It'd be really nice to hear some other sounds while we sing to ground us. I will sing a new song. I will sing But the new wood springs from the roots underground. Dawn gonna rise again. Dawn gonna rise again. And she bade him rise up. For we can no longer tolerate the evil. I don't say the word evil too often. I don't even know how to define it. But I think it's a feeling. May my house be blessed. May my house be blessed. From my head to my feet, may I be blessed. When I lay down and all above me, all around me, may it be holy. May my heart be blessed. May my heart be blessed. From my head to my feet, may I be blessed. When I lay down and all above me, all around me, may it be holy. A Navajo blessing. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Kind of frightening and overwhelming, isn't it? But fear not. Let's dance and sing around the bonfire. Rejoice, for we're in a new, beautiful day. And when we seek the beauty, we find it. We knock and the door opens. And God said, "Let there be light," to separate the light from the darkness, and so it was. And it was good. Creation, creativity. Love, bring dark cedar and the hemlock bough. Pile them high. Let's get moving, people. Pile them high. Flames go leaping to the treetops now. See them blaze against the sky. Off we go, round our campfire, heel and toe. High, off we go, round our campfire, heel and toe. Heel and toe, I'm ready for the flood, or whatever comes. Do-do-do. Now red ashes in the fire burn down. Heap on more, heap on more. Bring pine needles and the alder brown. Let our campfire rage and roar. Hi-ho, off we go, round our campfire, heel and toe. Hi-ho, off we go, round our campfire, heel and toe. A song from Estonia about bonfires. I learned that song from the Earth Schooling curriculum. And a lot of our songs came from the Eagle's Nest songbook today. We had 40, based on Psalm 40 by U2. And I think that covers it. Going, Gonna Rise Again by Sikahn, S-I-K-A-H-N. Had a little bit of a mountain flavor today. Just kind of fun, considering we're in these southern mountains here. Wishing you all well today. It's a day of rest. Could be a day of rest, could be a day of work. But taking time to listen and to rejoice. Blessings on your day, peace on earth. Farewell, my friends. Peace be with you as you travel far. Remember us. Smile and think of all our faces here. Da 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 da. Journey in a circle round to where we started. Don't forget that we will wait for you. Farewell, my friends. I think it's time for some refreshments. Coffee. Maybe some baked goods, some donuts. That would be wild. Some fry bread that we share with all of those around us. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.